All right, going to be touching on the top props in MLB today. I did just want to start though with this prop here. Dougie Hamilton over 2.5 shots on goal. That's favored at -142. About a 55% chance for that one to hit. So I want to start off that video start off with that prop for you guys to use. If you guys watched the earlier NBA video, you can pair maybe Tobias Harris with that. I just want to call that out while that's there. Hopefully it's still there by the time I finish the video. So looking at it, my favorite prop on the day was actually going to be Luke Weaver over 4.5 strikeouts. I was able to get that prop bet in a decent amount, but I had actually recorded another video earlier and I had to restart because a lot of it was touching on Luke Weaver being a good prop for over 4.5 strikeouts. Now, I still don't mind it, okay, but it's currently being valued as a push at 5 strikeouts. And I really want to call this out because I do think there's a good chance that we might get a good fantasy score prop out of Luke Weaver. And just as an FYI, if you guys are looking on PrizePicks, it's not going to be popping up because, well, I don't know. They don't have that data loaded in there. Sometimes that happens with PrizePicks. And so I'm going to go to DraftKings to kind of show you guys why it's a good prop. And that's kind of the thing, honestly, with PrizePicks. Like the data may just not be pulling in him correctly, and that's why we're getting a good edge. So we can see he's pitched 5.2 and 6 innings. Okay, doesn't have the best ERA, 0 for 1. But what does he have? He has a lot of strikeouts, 16 strikeouts, so 8 per game thus far. And so he gets this matchup with Cincinnati, who on the season, they rank 21st in strikeouts per 9 innings to opposing pitchers. So not that good, but it's really going to be over the last 3 games. We can see they happen much worse, ranking out 12. So really the question is, how many innings are we going to get out of Luke Weaver? If we get 5, can we get 5 strikeouts? A strikeout per inning, potentially. And I don't know what I would want his fantasy score to be to actually use him in terms of like fantasy production, but I do find that interesting. I also find this interesting as well. Pitching out. We saw that he had 5.2 innings and 6 innings. Will he be able to pitch once again like 5.2, 5.3, whatever amount of innings to get 16 strikeouts? Very interesting there. And if this is the line, that's 15 points there, 15 points from strikeouts. If he doesn't get blown up ERA-wise, that's what makes me like the fantasy score prop. Now, guys, I don't exactly love the Blake Snell prop today, okay? Just simply because we can see he hasn't really been close to getting the over at all recently. But he does get a good matchup today going against Cincinnati. Cincinnati, over their last 3 games, per 9 innings, has given up 11.2 strikeouts to opposing pitchers. And they rank worst in away game this season. So they strike out more in away game. And so to me, that is appealing for Blake Snell. But do we want to go with pitching strikeouts, pitching out, or pitching fantasy score? To me, these kind of all correlate together. If one of them hits, the other one should also hit. So the question would become, do we believe he's going to pitch 6 innings like he had done earlier on this? If that occurs, then yes, should be a decent prop. Does feel like we're forcing a little bit, and we're just not getting that many great pitching props as it sits right now. And that's kind of why I'm highlighting this one. And then also this next, Corey Kluber here, he has not exactly been pitching a ton of innings. We can see 6, 5, not great there, 4.25. So that's the biggest issue with him. But I don't hate pitching strikeouts today for him because he is going against Toronto, one of the teams that has just been striking out a ton. A pitcher that I targeted yesterday got blown up, only pitched 3 innings, but still had 2 strikeouts. I mean, he pitched terribly and still had 2 strikeouts in 3 innings. So we need Corey to get 4, maybe 5 innings, which, as we can see based off his game log, might be a stretch. And that to me is why it's only an okay prop. If you guys are seeing that and you guys hear me talking about it and you like it a little bit more, then yeah, go ahead and make the prop. I may or may not be doing that, but I want to bring this up because there are some interesting hitting props out there as well. And it's kind of a situation in which maybe we could potentially hedge a little bit. Maybe Corey gets the strikeouts, or maybe he struggles again, and that makes some of these really good hitting props that are popping up as potential ones we could roll with. And so let's touch on those. So what I like to do, or what I would like to look for, is look where the fantasy projection is a lot higher than what the PrizePicks line is. And then if we can also get the average Vegas line suggesting that prop line should be higher, then I like that. So we got Bo as one for Toronto we can roll with. Then we also have George as well. And so if you think Corey's going to struggle pitching wise, then these are 2 fantasy over props that you would want to make. And to me, I think this is how I'm going to go about attacking like hitting based props. Ones that kind of correlate together. If one of them has a good day, the other one should also have a good day because they are scoring runs, they're getting on base. We're doing that because we think the pitcher is going to struggle. So I don't mind pairing these 2 together. And then we also do have another situation in which we are getting some really good props in terms of stackability. We can see Soto is going to be really one of the best on the board today. Not only is the Vegas line set at about 9 for his projected hitting props, the actual projection is set at 10.8. So we are getting a pretty good edge there. Now, obviously the over is not favored by any means, but at the same time, by stacking it, we are suggesting that he should be able to get over, and he does get over. The other one that's also popping up, which I probably like a little bit more, just given the fact that the over and under is a lot tighter. Okay. And given that the average Vegas line is a little bit higher as well. But to me, these are two props that correlate together. If one of them gets there, the other one should be able to get there as well, because that's meaning, you know, if one scores, the other one's maybe potentially going to get an RBI. So, and then just looking at other MLB props that we are getting, we can see we have some okay, like pitching based props and like hitter strikeout props. Those are all okay. But I want to point out this. Patrick Wisdom has a really good prop line right now for total bases. And typically I do not like doing total bases props, but we can see the over and under is basically a push, but that's basically a push at the average Vegas line of 1. So not a terrible. And then for what it's worth, we can see for Toronto, total bases here, that's going to void well for the hitting fantasy score. Average sportsbook line has set at 1. The PrizePicks line has it set at 1.5, about a 53% chance for that one to hit. And then same thing with Bo, 1.5 has about a 54% chance to hit. So that voids well for the fantasy score props. So the thing that I dislike about like PrizePicks with baseball is a lot of them are just better individual bets given the odds that we get on the sports books. But here are the ones that I don't mind. Obviously, just best odds bet that we're getting right now as I'm recording this video. So I like that one. And then this one as well, it might get corrected, it might not. Total bases is kind of one of those ones where, you know, you're kind of just better making that bet individually on the sports book. And then I like the 2 stacks that we get here. And this is a situation where if you are trying to run out these stacks, maybe you pair it with the best odds bet that we are getting. Same thing here. You could pair it, these two with this. Okay, so not terrible props there. But that's all for today's video. If you guys want access to that 9-to-5 PrizePicks and Underdog cheat sheet, that is available for $10 a month. Let's have a good day MLB wise. Good luck today, and as always, keep cashing. Oh, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to give a like and subscribe.